Hey folks, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to talk about a sensitive topic that's the worst part of role-playing games, the hardest thing about role-playing games if you're a DM, and that's the players. They are the worst, aren't they? Sometimes I just want to write a D&D campaign, but just play it by myself and DM myself. What's that? Oh, oh, I have been informed that that is called writing a book. Okay, that brings us to our topic for the day, which is solo RPGs. If you're like me as a DM, you probably are also something of a writer as well and enjoy writing. I do a lot. Maybe you don't. Who, who knows? You be yourself. But I enjoy writing a lot. Sometimes I get writer's block. Sometimes I'm just having a hard time getting started with things. What I have found in this last couple years is that there's a great tool to help with that, and that's the solo RPG. It's a great way to get your role-playing game fix when nobody else is around, when everybody cancels on you. Also a great way to spark your creativity. If you don't know what a solo RPG is, it is a way to just unlock your creativity. No, scratch that. It's a way to guide your creativity. So you could be the hero and the narrator, the creator, all at once. Unlike a group game, a solo RPG lets you tailor everything. You tailor all the twists, all the quests, all the decisions that you make. You describe them, and that provides you this unique experience where you control everything, the pacing, the mood. You still deal with the challenges and the bad guys, and you still roll plenty of dice, and you still take chances. The game rules handle all that for you, but you decide how to describe the outcomes. And it's a perfect blend of storytelling and problem solving and introspection where you face challenges, you craft epic tales, and you dive deep into your imagination without needing like a whole table full of other people playing. Whether you're escaping a fantasy world after a long day or honing your storytelling skills and practicing your writing, solo RPGs are a great way for to give opportunities to your creativity and to have personal discovery. It's a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about a very specific one today. There is a Kickstarter it's got 6 days left in it, called Rue from Ruin. If you're like me, I love werewolves. Now, I'm not a werewolf, but I played one on stage. That's right. I was in a production of Big Fish, and I played Amos Calloway, the circus master and part-time werewolf in that. I love werewolves. It's a lot of fun. This is going to be a really fun game. It is launched. It has 6 days left as of today, which is the 7th of November. And it's already met its goal, which is awesome. Full disclosure, I know the creator of this, and I asked him if I could make this video, and he kindly sent me a uh, working copy of the rules to go through and to show you what's going on here. But I am a backer on this, as you can see. I was a backer first before I asked Will if I could make this video, and I did it so that I could practice doing these kind of things. I'm excited about doing reviews and talking about stuff with people. So here we go. The story of this is pretty awesome. Like I said, you get to decide how everything's going to go. But the kicker to this is that you were betrayed. You were bitten by somebody who is a werewolf. You didn't know it. You weren't expecting to become a werewolf. And uh, now you have to deal with it. So what's your story? What's your life going to be like trying to do that? You're full of rage. The full moon is just a day away, and anything could happen. So the premise of this, stories and movies are all fake, but werewolves are real, and it's going to be trouble for you. This looks like a really great setting. I'm excited for it. We're going to go through character creation. They've got a mock-up of what they're working with right now for the character sheet, and Will sent this to me so we can mess with that and fill it out. And maybe we'll go through the rules in the couple of maybe a couple days. We'll see how far we can get in half an hour. but it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, the basic premise of this is that you've been betrayed. You are trying to uh, find the betrayer and get some insights into how you can either get revenge or deal with them or resolve all of that. You're trying to deal with your rage and not being overcome with it. If your rage score gets too high, then that's going to be a problem. If your rage score gets too low, then maybe you overcome everything. So there's a lot of fun rewards and add-ons to this too. Um, there's a digital copy for just $10, $9 even, and a physical copy for 29 bucks. This is going to be a great game. So check it out. This is on Kickstarter. Just look for Rue from Ruin or Adept Icarus, and you can see what's going on there and decide if you want to kick it or not. There you go. Okay, let's take a look at this. Here is my source on that quote from the beginning. I didn't make that up. That's one of my favorite things that I always I post this maybe once every year on Twitter or Facebook. I repost this. Oh Fools came up with it, and it's pretty awesome. There we go. Here's what we need to play the game. You need some dice. You need 6-sided to 12-sided dice, and you're going to need 2 6-sided dice. I'm just going to use this Google Dice Roller for today. You need a journal. Normally it's going to be pencil and paper, so grab a journal, grab a pencil, be able to write stuff down, or type it out, whatever you like, your favorite. And then you need a character sheet. This is our character sheet, and we'll fill everything out here. It's got attributes. You're going to track what phase of the moon you're in. It's got some quick guides for what you roll, depending on what phase you're in. New moons, you're human. Full moons, you're a wolf. And other moons, you do specific things. You keep track of your inventory, the people you meet along the way, the powers that you get for being a werewolf, and the troubles that you have to deal with. Right now, our main trouble is to track down our betrayer and to try and find out what's going on there. We're going to write down what the betrayer, their stats are, who they are, how they're related to us, all that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and then after each round, we will write some notes about what happened that will help to inspire us maybe in our own creative writing. Maybe we get some ideas that get pulled from our brain that can become something really cool in a game that we're working on or in a book that we're working on or a story. So here we go. Let's dive into this. Let's find the rules again. There we go. Okay. Introduction. Werewolves are bloodthirsty, shape-shifting monsters that stalk the night under the full moon. Legends blame their creation on a curse or other profane origins. The stories in movies, they're all fake. There's only one problem. Now you're a werewolf, and none of it seems far-fetched. Rue from Ruin is a solo role-playing game about what happens when an ordinary person turns into the stuff of supernatural legends. Find the person who betrayed you and answer the questions that burden your mind. Why were you turned? Where is the person who turned you? And why are they running? We're going to try and find the clues, overcome all of our troubles, and seek vengeance, and maybe even redemption, as we discover all of those answers. Just a note about the people that made this. Will Munn is the owner of Adept Icarus and a great game maker. And he is working with, oh, Katie, what's your last name? Oh man, I'm going to look that up and I will put it in here, big text, or put it in the show notes. I have watched and participated with Katie and Will when they're doing some brainstorming things on YouTube on this, and it's coming along really well. I love it. So, okay. Just as a note, Rue from Ruin is a game that uses tables and dice and tracks, and in the rules we'll give you those tables to show you what's happening. You're going to roll on a bunch of tables every round and see what happens. There will be one-word prompts that guide you, but you interpret however those what happens with those prompts. And then you get to journal everything, like I said, and keep track of that, the story as it goes. What is it not? Rue from Ruin is not a cozy, warm-feeling, happy game. This is a werewolf game. It's dark. It's not just about journaling and stuff like that. It's about playing and going through the rules and letting those guide you along. It's not just creating out of thin air, which is awesome. You get all of these guides and things to help you out. You can do this with more than one person, which is awesome. You got a best friend, you got a spouse that you like to play with. You just can't get a table of a lot of people together with. You can play this with just two. You can play with just one person. You can play with a lot of people, too, or more than one person too. And that way you can create combinations and relationships with people. It's awesome. Okay, let's jump into what everything on the character sheet is, and we'll look through that first. All right. Okay, up at the top we've got name. I'm just going to put a name in for now. We'll go with Mike. Mike's my default name. And we're going to determine Mike was a something from somewhere and was turned into a werewolf in the, we're going to decide a time. And they suggest anywhere from the, we can roll for those, yeah. Anywhere from the 1920s to the 1980s. I'm going to be most familiar with the 1980s, so we're going to start with that. Okay, we're going to determine our background. Where are we from? Let's put ourselves from Washington. Grew up on the Sound, maybe. Not Seattle, but across the way. What is that? Bremerton? Something like that? Okay. We're in Washington. And what's the start of our story? Yeah, we're in Bremerton right now. In the 1980s. And we have a table for my former occupation. I'm going to roll a D12. Ooh, 11. I was a famous actor. All right. Who is retiring up in Washington now. And we need a location for where the betrayer is. Is that the next step? I think that will come up later with the betrayer. We're seeking the betrayer they hold responsible in some other town. Let's just put it in Seattle because that would be close. It's just across the way. All right. American Werewolf in Seattle, which is also in America. Let's determine our starting attributes. We have a D6, 3 D8s, and a D12 to distribute among all of this. 1 D6, 1 D12, and 3 D8s. And that's the dice you're going to roll when you're making a check with any of these attributes. You'll roll that plus a combination of something else. It'll be almost always be your sense plus something else. So let's do this. Let's describe what all of these are first. Sorry, I'm just scrolling up. Attributes. Your sense is your sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Determines your starting power. Your instinct is your intuition. That's your gut feeling. Werewolf prowess, and determines your starting ally. A touchstone is a grounding connection to the past and the counterpoint to the unchecked werewolf within. The touchstone determines your betrayer. Okay. Money. Money, or means is your money, assets, social acumen, determines your starting item, and your wits are your mental prowess, your problem-solving skills, and inventiveness. Wits determine your former occupation. Okay. Oh, I see. I should have determined my wits first and then rolled based on what die I had in there. So, you know what? I rolled a 12, so we're going to put a D12 in our wits. That's just how it's going to go. And for the lowest attribute, we're just going to make this hard on ourselves and I think that they're not dealing well with being a werewolf. So we're going to put a D6. I guess we just check these off on this sheet so we know where it's at. We'll put a D6 in touchstone and we'll put D8s in everything else. Okay, so there we go. We're all seeing that good so far? This little box down here will give you a plus to it. That these can get higher. You can get +2, +4, whatever. You roll the dice and add that in as it gets increased. All right, the moon phase at the beginning is a waxing gibbous moon. That's just where we start at. And our rage is at a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's little markers here. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7. Okay. 7 is just one higher than kind of where we want it to be. As a werewolf, you need rage. It's going to help you to do werewolfy things. But if you are overwhelmed with rage, then violent things happen that are out of your control. So in these, the rules are that if your rage is between a 7 and a 9, and notice we start at 7, then our special trouble is that random violence happens. Our instinct will go up 1 when we roll for our instinct rolls, but also we have to deal with the random violence that happens with being a werewolf because we can't control ourselves. A range of 3 to 6 on your rage. Oh, let's get that off. Okay. A range of 3 to 6 on our ranges is about where you want to be. Your instincts, you get a bonus to instinct, and touchstone, you get a bonus to touchstone, +1 on each. If your rage goes between 2 and 0, if it drops down there, then you get another special trouble, and that is a random act of kindness. You are in more control, which means that, let me describe this, what it says in here, and why random acts of kindness are possibly bad. You're trying to get something done, but instead you are, you know what, I think that I would describe it like this, like if you are feeling guilty about being a werewolf and about all the things that you can't control, you may be overwhelmed so much that you go out of your way to do things that are kind, that are on the good side, to prove to yourself that you're not a monster. So in this case, a random act of kindness could be something like there is no anger. There's only, in the rules anyway, it says there's no anger, only compulsion to do good. For example, you stop to assist an injured person during your travels. You feel compelled to stop and help them out. You have to stop and save a kitten stuck in a tree. You stop and just weed somebody's flower bed. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's stopping you from your objective, which is to find your betrayer. And you're kind of compelled to go and do those things. Of course, random act of violence, the same kind of thing. You hurt somebody on your path you come across. You destroy something that you come across just out of rage. So neither of those are, obviously random act of kindness is better than a random act of violence, but neither of those are helping you to get to your true objective. Okay, let's look at items. What do we have on our items? Determine starting attributes. Got it. Background. We rolled for former occupation. We rolled an 11. And items. Our items are determined by our means. That means I have a D8, so I'll roll a D8. 4. I have a soothing trinket. All right. Something that I keep with me that helps me out. It's going to give you a +1 to touchstone. So that's going to help me out already. This trinket, what is it? As an actor, it's going to be something, I think that the former actors is the key there. How about a key to first car that I bought? First luxury car, I've kept the key to that. I just wear it around my neck. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. But that helps to soothe me. I remember driving around in it. Okay, I need an ally. Allies come from our, sorry, this is a Google Doc, so I gotta skip up and down and up and down. That takes a minute. Okay, touchstone is betrayer. Sense is your starting power. Instinct is your ally. Means is your starting item. Wits is your former occupation. Okay, so ally is instinct. My instinct is a D8. I should have known. Everything's a D8 except for touchdown. So that's going to be, the ally chart says, on a 3, I have a store owner. Okay. Who's my store owner? I think I'm Bremerton. I'm probably stopping by the fishing. I'm doing a lot of fishing there. The bait shop owner. I'm retired. I'm just taking my boat out onto the sound, and I get a +1 to wits for that. That's awesome. Cool. That's great. So bait shop owner that I like to talk to and stop by and just talk to him about fishing, all that kind of stuff. Next is my power. You start off with 1 power. I'm going to roll a D8 again. Oh gosh. I know it's fine. It's just a table, but I always hate rolling low. Okay, empath is this one. An empath has a side effect. My instinct is getting a -1. Not sure why. Maybe I'm just too trusting now. Who knows? But I get a +1 touchstone at the beginning of each new moon. I'll write that down. How are things looking now? Yeah, all right. That's messy, but that's fine. Can I shrink that? Nope. That's okay. All right, so what's next? I got the powers in there. Let's leave that off. Apply the effects. Oh, now apply any attribute and rage plus or minuses. Okay. Let's look at the... I didn't look at the starting peoples. Starting occupation. That's the one. Oh, I got that wrong. It's a -1 to wits. And it is a +1 to sense. Okay. Okay, right on. I think I've got all of that applied. What's my rage effect at 7? My instinct is a +1. So that's going to go back to 0. And I got the random violence special trouble right now. Any special things with that? Nope, we'll figure out how to resolve that later. Okay, let's go into what is the betrayer's stuff now. Here's the big stuff. Who is this person? What did this happen? Determine the betrayer background. Roll the touchdowns. Roll the touchdown. That's a D6. Okay. Here we go. A 3. My betrayer specialty was a surgical intern, a doctor. Okay. My betrayer is, I'm just going to say doctor. And what is their name? Dr. Mike, Dr. Nick, Dr. Nicky. How did they betray me? They were experimenting? Maybe? Let's see. I know them because they are my doctor for a retired actor, former actor. Let's go deep. I was trying to get healed with cancer. I have cancer. They betrayed me. How? They a new treatment that I was trying to get. I didn't know it was going to turn me into a monster. And they are currently in Seattle. If I can spell it right, there we go, 2 T's. Okay, what else do I need to know for my betrayer? They come with a trouble. Estranged. My starting trouble is estranged family. So now I've got 3 troubles now. This is not great. I'm trying to track the betrayer down. Random violence happening, and some trouble with estranged family. Not sure what that means yet. Okay, and I set their starting die to D6. That's this down here. There's a table. Like I said before, there is a way for the betrayer. The game rules will take care of the difficulties and the challenges that you have, and you'll roll on tables for that. There's a table for the betrayer. There are 12 different things that can happen. It ramps up, so it starts out kind of easy, but as the game goes along, the betrayer's dice increases to a D8 and then a D12. And in those cases, when you roll higher, it gets more tough for you. So as you get stronger in the game is also going to get more strong and keep leveling with you. All right, that's everything with the betrayer. I think this is a good place to stop. We're going to write some journal stuff and see what happened. It's been a long winter in Washington, the Puget Sound area for Michael. No, don't pick a real person's name. That's that's my problem is picking names, right? Michael. It's got to be a famous actor-y type name though. So Michael Wren. The disease has been devastating. And taken him away from family and his favorite retirement activities. Can't go fishing. He started seeing a new doctor in Seattle who was recommended to him by his friend Rick. I've got so many K's in here. Let's go with something softer. Nate at the bait shop. It's a fancy one. It's got 2 P's and an E. The promises she made were promising. That's awesome. Good job, me. I'm a writer person. Were too good to be true. But Michael felt like he had to take a chance. The procedure was on Monday, and while he initially felt better, as the week has gone on, his body is feeling more and more strange, and his mind has lapses in time that he can't remember. Calls to Dr. Nikki have not been returned. All right, we've got a character. We've got a situation. We've got something for him. I'm excited to see where this goes. This is going to be a lot of fun. I will keep playing this. I don't know if I'll get another video up before the Kickstarter ends, but I'm excited to keep playing this, and I will keep posting things on here. Save. Don't forget to save your work everywhere. Save everything. Save, save, save. Okay. I will keep posting stuff on here, and I'm excited for it. Once again, if you are interested in this, if it looks like it might be fun, go and check it out at Kickstarter. Right now, look for Rue for Ruin. That's just fun to say. Hey, there I am. Rue from Ruin. See if you can overcome your challenges and get your humanity back. And go make a pledge. Support local indie. Oh man, Will, you're not local anymore. That's okay. I still think of you as local. Go support indie game creators. Support the cool projects that they're doing, that they're working on. And check this one out. You will love it. If werewolves are not your thing, you can keep looking for other solo RPGs that he's working on too. And check out adepticarus.com and see what's going on there. You'll see some great games that you can try out. Great, wonderful creativity building games. And I think that's one thing that I really like about Adept Icarus that sets them apart, is that everything here is focused on just building out your creativity and doing some really awesome things. All right, we'll get on it, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.